Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I was looking in my calendar and I saw that, well, today is my anniversary. So I saw that last year at this time, I was in Montreal, which is pretty great. Um, we don't have anything very exciting planned for this year, but this is 31, not 30. So I guess I got a bit to go before. Maybe I got to wait till 40. That's a long way. Maybe 35. I'll do something fun for 35. Um, yeah, we don't have anything planned. That's all right. It's just another day today. But I hope you're having a good day. So far, we just got started probably. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that idea of getting started. Um, One of the reasons I really wanted to get back to teaching yoga is because, yeah, some days it was. And I've heard from some of you guys too that it's hard sometimes to get up out of bed, right? Hi, Key. Hi, Linda. Thank you. Yeah, if there's nothing particular you have to do that day, no schedule, nobody's waiting, you don't have an animal waiting to feed you or to to feed them and take them out, then you could just stay in bed pretty much all day. And, I'm sure I did several times, and you probably have too. Um, and that's okay. You can do that from time to time. But it's not a great way to continue, right? It's you head down the road to depression and just kind of hopelessness if we keep that up. So if you want to do that from time to time, do it. But if you find yourself slipping into doing that all the time, get some help, right? If maybe it's as simple as setting a schedule and doing a certain thing every day to get yourself started. Maybe it's not that simple and you do need, to talk to somebody. That's fine too, right? I mean, I've told you guys about struggling with depression. I've had issues and bouts of that through my whole life. Runs in my family. And it's in a lot of people's family. And it's nothing to, be ashamed about or even like really worry that much about. I told my kids about it. I mean, it's not a secret. We think it's a secret when we're holding these things inside of us, but everyone around us can tell when we're struggling. And even if you don't know it or think it, they do want to help. They want you to get help. When you are open about these things, people are also open, and they tell you, oh, yeah, I've had that. My mom has that. There's a lot of help available for people who are willing to reach out for it. Bye, Sue. Um, it's definitely something that I hope that this generation will break, that sort of taboo around mental illness and just mental struggling. I mean, we talk about it as an illness. I don't even know that it's an illness for many people. It's just a condition, right? It's just something that um, that you work with, just like every other part of our personality and our, um, you know, we all get depressed from time to time. We all have emotions that are hard to deal with. Um, the problem is when we get stuck in them, right? Um, there are times in your life when now this is a time when depression may maybe feel very warranted, right? Many times people feel depressed for no good reason, right? And that's very internal structure. But right now there's a lot going on out in the world to feel kind of depressed about. So if you do feel like that, it's not out of the ordinary, right? It's very understandable. Um, so don't worry. That's a normal reaction to what's going on. But if you find, again, like you are sinking down into it, um, take some steps to get up and out of there, right? Send me an email. I'll talk to you. Give me a call. I can give you my phone number. Um, you know, there are lots of people who want to help, and we can all work on this together. I'll have to bring it up here. I have a banner that I bought online that says, together we will get through this. And I have it hanging in my window downstairs. Um, and I hope that someone might see that and feel um, that there are other people out here, that people aren't alone. So we are not alone. We're here together. And that's pretty great. Hi, Subira. So I wanted to, I should probably tell you guys, right? I don't know. Some of you can see the chat, some of you can't. So I'm going to tell you that Key is here, Linda is here, Susan was here, but I think she has to leave, and Subir is here. But there are probably a lot of other people too. So hello to everyone. But I know we're doing the mantra, and I wanted to let you know exactly what it means because I told you I would, and then I forgot about it. So the Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, it means, may all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. So it's not unlike our idea of sort of doing unto others as they would do unto us. It's a little bigger than that, maybe a little more worldwide, but I mean that could be as well. So it's just a very all-encompassing kind of mantra. So we're gonna do a few more, right? So you may not like every mantra. It may not resonate with you. It may not feel like something that you like, and you don't have to do them at all. You don't have to. But I'm going to give you a few options, and that can be something that you can hold in your heart in your own practice, or in any practice you might be doing. So, well, it's already 5 past, so we'll just keep going. So another one that we can do, and you may have heard this one. It's a real short one, right? Oh, we should probably talk about Om. So Om, we've done Om. Om is like a mantra, right? All in and of itself. Om is the sound of the universe. So the vibration that happens when you create that set of sounds in your throat, in your body, because when you do it, you'll feel it vibrating through your whole body. It's a frequency that they say everything is vibrating at. So we talk about, our world is energy and vibration. So everything has frequencies, lower, higher, in between. Om is kind of a constant. So it is the sound, the vibration of the universe. So by making that sound, we're kind of bringing ourself into alignment with our environment and everything around us. It's kind of a big idea for a very, very small sound. But I love that. That's something I really love about Sanskrit is, so those are like four little phrases in that mantra. And it was a whole paragraph I had to read to explain what it meant. So big ideas in small places. So the mantra that we're going to do today is Om Shanti Shanti. Okay? Pretty short. Shanti means peace. It just means peace. That's just the Sanskrit word for it. So it's another, kind of prayer, hope for peace, big peace, little peace, peace on a personal level, peace on a worldwide scale, um, just kind of sending it out. So let's sit and breathe for a little bit. Sitting up tall, shoulders back. Giving yourself room and space to breathe, inhaling and exhaling, shoulders relaxed. Breathing in and breathing out. Setting aside any concerns or worries. For this hour, at least, we don't need any of that. So we're trying to kind of bring that focus into the present, into this space. If we really can do that, we know we can be at peace for an hour. That's the beauty of focusing that mind. You can do it chunk by chunk, right? I'll get through this hour and then the next hour and the hour after that. You don't have to think about the whole day or the whole week or the month or what might come. We're just in this place right now, breathing through this moment. And let's bring hands together. We're going to do our little mantra here. I guess I'll do the whole little mantra, and then if you want to, I'll give you some space to do it after if you want. It's pretty short. Om Shanti Shanti. Okay, so moving back, I'm scooting back now. This is my new thing. Sitting up tall. And then we're just going to bring chin down toward the chest. Moving the head around, making a big circle. A couple times one way, and then reversing. And back to center. Breath in. Lean forward a little. and move around. One way and the other. Back up to your seat, arms wide. Deep breath in here. Exhale, hands together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Interlace the fingers. Reach the arms up. We're gazing up. And then hands down by your side. Inhale, lifting. And lower. Lift. And lower. And one more. Lifting up. Right hand down by your side. Reach across with the left. And switch. Come on back up. Let's interlace the fingers behind your back. Squeeze back with the shoulders. And just set your hands down in the back if you can kind of touch the ground. We're going to gaze up. And then fold forward. And back up to your seat. Let's lift the shoulders, roll back. And forward. Left hand on right knee, right arm behind you. Sit up tall and twist. Back to center. Switch sides. Inhale and twist. Back to center. Tabletop. Few sets of cat-cow. Lowering the belly. We lift up the head. And then reversing. Sitting back. Child's pose. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. Loosening up that hip joint. And then let's extend the arms out. Then bringing the arms by the sides, palms facing up. Coming back up, tabletop to downward dog. Walk it out a little bit. And step the feet up to the hands. I'm going to be in a fold. Breathe. So this is something I like to do. I don't usually cue for this, but when we do this forward fold, I like to bring my elbows onto my knees. For me, it helps to kind of, so you're sort of pushing against the knees to kind of stretch through the hamstrings. I don't know, I just like how it feels. It's not really a pose, it's just a thing that I do. And then slowly rise. Standing tall, take a couple of breaths. Maybe we'll lift the shoulders, squeeze them back. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, right foot steps back. Drop your knee, arms overhead. Hands down to the mat. Stepping back to downward dog, or you could come tabletop to downward dog. Come on forward, high plank. Hold here. And then lower down. Inhale, coming up, head and chest. Then lower. Coming up, head and chest. Lower. One more, head and chest coming up. And lower. And then up, tabletop to downward dog. Take one more breath, and then step the right foot up. We're going to set left knee down, arms overhead. Hands down to the mat, step the back foot up, and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift arms high. And back to mountain. Take a breath. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. On the exhale, left foot steps back. Drop your knee, arms overhead. Hands down to the mat, stepping back, downward dog. Take one more breath, and then come on forward, high plank, and lower down. Inhale, lifting up, and lower. Lift, and lower. One more, lifting up, and lower. Coming back up, tabletop to downward dog. Take one more breath here, and then left foot steps up. Drop your knee, arms overhead. And then hands down to the mat. Step the back foot up and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Lift on the inhale. And back to mountain. Take a couple of breaths. And then we're just going to step out with the right foot so that we're facing the side of the mat. It could be left foot too, it doesn't really matter. We just want to be facing the side of the mat for a fold. Hands at the waist. Take a breath. Relax the shoulders and then just lean forward. Hands can come down onto the legs, onto the mat, whatever you want to do. Right? The wider you go with your feet, the lower your body's going to be, right? So the closer you're going to get to the mat. But you can go too far with that. So, don't be tempted to go super duper wide unless you're very flexible, and then it's fine. But most of us, right, we're not going to go that wide. And it really is necessary, right? It does different things, but having a much narrower stance for your fold is fine. And it does different things too. So you can feel, and if you try the two, you'll see the difference. One is not superior to the other. They're just different. So see what you feel like doing today. And then when you're ready, we've got hands back to the waist, engage the thighs. So use that leg strength to lift you up. Take a breath. We're going to do another one. So for this one, we've been doing this a lot for our online classes, but hands at the waist, but rotate them back. So they're more towards the back of the body, elbows back, take a breath, fold forward. Coming back up. Release the arms. Let's bring them up overhead. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, maybe gaze up. And then hands back down by your side. And we're going to step the feet back together and we'll do some balance. Starting with tree, standing on the left foot. I'm going to step up for a little. So I've gotten so used to being off my mat for balance that now when I'm on my mat, I feel uncomfortable. It's a head thing, right? Really, the mat, you can't add that much, but in my head, it seems very squishy. So I'm going to step off of that. Right foot coming in. Higher or lower. Nice and upright. Gaze out. Shoulders relaxed. You can always extend the arms if you want. You don't have to. And then set the foot down and we'll switch sides. And then if you want to extend, you can do that. Hands back down. Set the foot down, bicycle the leg. So doing this practice live is tricky, right? I can't, well, I mean, I guess I could go back and edit this, but you know, this is what you see is what you get. It's just like a regular class. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to step out. So I can't have a lot of ego or worry about that. Just is what it is, right? My practice here, your practice there. We're just doing it. If you step out, come back in. Or don't. It's fine too. See what you need today and how things work. There's no right or wrong to this, as long as you are following what feels correct for your body today. Let's step out. Warrior 3. Hands together. Take that breath. Left foot steps out. And then we're leaning forward, lifting up the leg as you lean forward. So maybe a little, maybe a lot. Hands to center, but we could also bring them out if that helps. See what works. If you step out, come on right back. Don't worry about it. And then set the foot back down. And we're going to switch. This time, stepping out right. And we're lifting up the left. Set your foot down. Bicycle out the legs. And then we're going to do the lifting up of the leg that we did before, but we're going to do that a little bit of a pendulum thing. So got hands at the waist. Standing up tall, we're going to reach out with the right foot, just lifting it up, and then bring it to center. If you need to touch down here to just get your balance again, that's fine. We're just leaning it back. So for this, we have the foot flexed, just like it is in front, instead of having it pointed. That helps us keep that strength in the leg. And then coming back, do it one more time. Lifting out in front, and then lifting back. And then come on back. It doesn't have to be a big one, right? We're not trying to lift the leg up and bend all the way forward. Just a little movement back and forth. Switching sides now. Left foot, lifting. And then moving. Come on back. And again, lifting up. And lifting through the back. And set the foot down. Bicycle legs. And come on back to the mat. Top of the mat, arms overhead. Deep breath, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, let's step back to downward dog. Inhale, moving forward. And then lower down. Head turns right, arms by your side. Head back to center. Let's lift the arms. We're going to lift the body, lift the legs. Inhale. And lower down. Head turns left. And if you have trouble with this, with getting that side of the head resting on the floor, sometimes I scoot up a little. So you just sort of push with your toes, bring yourself up a little bit. The angle just works better for me. And coming back to center. Let's bring the arms out in front. So you got one forearm resting on top of the other. The forehead rests on the arms, tops of the feet rest on the mat. On the inhale, we're going to lift up head and chest and hold. And the legs also. Inhale, lift. And lower down. You can leave the head to center, maybe stack one hand on top of another. And breathe. And then moving back up. Tabletop to child's pose. And then tabletop to downward dog. Feet walking up to the hands, and then sit down on the mat. Soles of the feet together, sitting up tall. Breath in and fold. Coming back up. Let's do that cow face pose. So we've got the left leg is going to be underneath, the knees pointing straight out. Foot is back by your right hip. Cross top leg over. And we've got hold of the feet. Take your breath and then lean forward. Right, and if this is hard, if you can't get that foot all the way across, even if you have the foot like here, you can fold a little bit. You just want to feel it through this part of the leg. So it doesn't have to look pretty. We're just trying to stretch through that outer part of the thigh. It's a hard place to isolate to get that stretch. So there's not a whole lot of poses we can do for that. Same thing now with the right leg under. And then left leg on top. Take a breath and fold. Coming back up, both legs out in front. Inhale, lift, and fold on your exhale. You may have a little bend in the knees. Things are tight in the hamstrings, that's good. Do whatever you need. Coming back up. Let's bend the knees, hug the feet in nice and close. We're going to sit up nice and tall. See if you can get the elbow around the knees. You could grab opposite elbows. You could just kind of grab opposite wrists. Sit up tall. Breathe. And then we're going to lower down onto the mat. So make sure you've got some room behind you. Lowering down or rocking back. Take a few breaths. Be comfortable here. And then we're going to hug the right knee in to the chest. Left leg extends. When you're ready, we're going to lower that right knee out to the side. Bring it back to center, and we're going to bring it across the body, so we're rolling up on that left hip. And back to center. Switch legs. Left knee lowers out to the side. And back to center. Coming across the body. And then back to center. Extend both legs. Just relax. Take a few breaths. Setting up for your bridge. We've got heels coming back, right close to the body, feet about hip width apart, hands by your side. We're going to press down, hands and feet, lift up the hips. If you want to interlace the fingers underneath, we're kind of drawing the shoulders back and then lifting up. Take one more breath in And then we're going to lower down. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Relax and breathe. Bringing the knees back together. Let's hug them into the chest. Rock a little side to side. And then extend the legs up. And then lowering down. So both together or one at a time, whatever is your favorite today. And then just get yourself comfortable on that for Savasana. So if there are ever any poses that you feel like you want to do before you get settled into Shavasana, go ahead, do them. Whatever is the best for you today. And then just settle into a comfortable space. So Shavasana is where we let everything kind of relax, let it go. So we work through the body, right? We don't want to kill ourselves, but we do want to feel like we've put in a little effort. So we're ready for a rest. We're focusing our mind, right? We're paying attention to what comes next, to what our body is doing and what our body needs. So we're maybe ready for a rest there too. We've been focusing a little, trying to keep that concentration here and now and not wandering off into other things. So asana, this physical practice, is really preparation for that end goal, which is a little peace, a little communion with the spirit, right? A little letting go of the everyday. Right? We are getting into that peaceful state where we aren't aware even that much of what's happening around us, right? We are kind of in that twilight state, not really asleep, but not strictly awake and aware either. We are in between. So in that twilight space, our grasp is less. We are more open. This is where we may hear the voice of spirit. Maybe it's not even a voice. Maybe it's just a sensation. That knowledge that we are all one, that we are together and not apart. Even though we may feel apart, we may feel alone, we may feel like we haven't seen anyone for days. And maybe we haven't, but that doesn't mean we're alone. We're never, ever, ever alone. There is no beginning and there is no end. There is only now. People come to us and go, but they never leave. Right? They were always there and they will always be there. If we are all one, how can we be alone? Right? How can we hate? How can we really have contempt? How can we feel these feelings that are what separate us? Those things we dislike, I should say, those people that we think we dislike, they're merely reflections of what we dislike in ourselves. Okay? Because we are all one. We're the same. We have the same impulses, the same desires, the same needs. We just disagree sometimes on the methods by which we will achieve those things. Some people don't understand that, right? Their feeling of separation is so intense. All they can think about is themselves. Pity those people, right? Don't be angry. Don't feel envious or jealous because it may seem like they have more than you or they're doing better than you. In truth, they're in bad shape and they will continue to be so until they understand that we again are all one. What we do to someone else, we do to ourselves. So if we take things, if we hurt others, it's just hurting ourselves. If we can give and be kind, that's what we're doing for ourselves as well. So again, it's a big concept, but it doesn't have to be. It can be little steps. What can you do today? Be kind to yourself. Be kind to someone else. Be patient. Um, this is a time of change for all of us. So in yoga, we say to change, we must embrace the change. Embrace the new instead of clinging to the old. And that's what we do a lot of times. When we have something new, it's not always good. Sometimes it's bad, you know? I mean, arguably, it is bad. Um, there may be good aspects of it, but we may be like, yeah, this overall, this is bad. Okay, well, maybe it is. But it is what's happening. So we can either sit around and talk about how bad it is and how much we hate it. That's clinging to the old, right? Or we can say, wow, here's what I'm going to do today. Here's what I am going to do tomorrow. We are embracing what's new. Um, it's all we can do. That is the path that we walk. When you're ready, we're moving again Fingers and toes, hands and feet, maybe stretching if you want to. Just getting yourself moving again. And up to a seat on your mat. Hands together. Take a deep breath in and out. Thank you for taking time today for yoga, for sharing it with me and with everyone else. I hope you have a really good day. Namaste. Thank you all. Good class. So I can't remember what I was going to say. At the beginning of class, I was like, well, there's something I should say at the end, a reminder, but I don't know what it is. Okay. So anyway, we're just going to be doing class as normal, like we always do. Let's see. Oh, hi, Rachel. And I'll be back here tomorrow. So does anybody have any questions? No. Okay. Well, if you do, send me an email, send me a text. We'll chat. Take care of yourself. Take care of the people around you. And don't worry. Right? We don't want to worry. Oh, you're welcome, Linda. Right? Worry is, it's such a waste of time and effort. Right? If you can't imagine what it'll be like next week, think about tomorrow. And if you can't manage tomorrow, think about this hour and the next hour. Right? You don't have to see the whole staircase to take some steps. Know that it's there. Know that our path forward is there, and we're going to get there. Okay. See you guys tomorrow.